This is the craziest thing in life, to go from a point of I was building up consistency on doing video content for social media, and I am now at this point to where I just fucking cringe. Like, I seriously fucking cringe for no fucking reason. I'm just sitting here and, well, more like standing here, going back and forth in my head on what video do I make? What do we want to talk about? What do I want to share? There's many things I want to share. There's not so many things I want to share, but there's many things I do want to share. And is interesting enough, it draws a blank. I draw a blank. In the past, I have been able to have it tied or aligned to something that I was either currently doing or impulsively to something that felt right. Now I know on it. No, I know. Wow, I know. Well, of course I know. I'm doing it on Instagram. I do have my fitness account where will I will say occasionally or periodically I will post a progress video of my fitness journey. That's on there. I really wasn't thinking of bringing it onto this platform, so to speak. Really, so to speak. And let's see. Before that, I was doing like inspirational, motivational videos on, again, Instagram as well as onto Facebook. Just sharing not more just positive word, but sharing genuine, authentic appreciation for the people out there, people that's watching this. That's something that we all need to hear. That's something that it does help at times. It's not so much as for a validation or, oh my God, I got a good job. Oh my God, somebody believes me. Like, no, it was genuine to know that we can go through our day and not hearing those words, I believe in you, and it being felt and it being genuine where someone is actually believing in you. Like, they see what you're capable of and they believe in you. Even though I'm talking with a camera and myself, you're watching this, I believe in you is what I literally mean. And I was doing videos on that for a period of time, and all enough, it took me up to this point to understand I was sabotaging myself, because I'll start it, then I'll stop. I will get it going probably for about, I'd say about at least a few weeks, and then I'll stop. I either get overstressed on getting into that space of perfection, or I will overcomplicate the process. I will allow. At the time, I was allowing outside external forces or things outside of me to dictate whether or not I'm doing a video, which kind of led to the self-sabotage. And during these past 90 days, I've actually been taking more direct, intentional time to work with myself, work on myself, building a solid structure as I get ready to go into the next phase of life, and wanted to distinguish on the person I was with the person I'm becoming, and doing that consistently with effort, and understand how important the structure is through systems, and in doing so, learning more about the systems that I have been allowing to go in my life on autopilot. The self-talk, the overanalyzing, overthinking, running off of impulses, running off of emotions, living off of fear, even though most people may not want to acknowledge it, but fear, it goes in many different shapes and forms. It doesn't always mean physical danger. Fear is just like, yeah, the fear of success. At times, fearing of things going well, and knowing that you're coming from a background where the moment you're at the level of success, you are expected to be there and help out those around you that are in need. That pressure can be overwhelming at times when it's a large group of people that are in need. I'm a, and that's just with the upbringing and the environment that I grew up around. Not directing at anybody personally, because that's another thing too. People take shit too personal for my damn patience, and I do mean seriously. I'm making a video generally talking about me and what I experienced. I am not directly attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I may tell you I love you and I believe in you, but I'm not going to attack you and verbally bash you, because one, I don't know you, and two, that doesn't help nobody. It doesn't help me, it doesn't help you, it doesn't help the fucking world, it doesn't help nobody. And I will understand more so what my visibility wound is, me expressing myself authentically on camera. Contrary to what many people have believed or people have gotten accustomed to when it came to dealing with me in public, Being that I had attempted several businesses, I have been a part of network marketing. I went to college. I have been in the military. That I carry myself with a articulated form of professionalism when communicating with others. When in reality, I will be as blunt as any motherfucker out there. But I myself reserve my bluntness because people are soft and weak. And what I mean by people are soft and weak, if you're quick to react emotionally to what people say, you're weak. You're emotionally weak. Because if you're going to walk around and say you don't care and you don't give a fuck, then you should not have any problem with what people say, of course, over the internet or out in public, because you don't care. You don't have to address it. You don't have to speak on it. You don't have to do a TED talk about it. You don't fucking care. But people fucking care, which is why they're weak, because they care about the wrong things. Once you recognize something that's not for you, let it go. Once you recognize something you don't like, dismiss it. Now, if you want to provide your input for or your perspective on whatever the case may be, at least have it articulated to where you're in a space of where you're wanting to gain understanding or share understanding or having a conversation with another person, not going on a tirade about how you don't agree with what they say and you don't like what they say, because that's irrelevant. And I mean, you have to actually acknowledge the quiet thing that's loud, as well as the elephant in your life, that you literally let someone online hurt your feelings. Like, really sit with that. You literally, physically, mentally allowed a random individual online to hurt your feelings because they said something you did not like. But if you was to turn your phone off, go walk outside, stand out there for 10 minutes, go back in your house, and ask yourself, what the hell changed in your life since they made that comment? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Like, this system of habit that has become the norm for us to react so impulsively or emotionally to when someone says something we don't like, as if it fucking matters or don't. Even if you was walking out in the street, you're walking out in public, you're walking out in an uncensored, unfiltered world, which people seem to forget that they live in. This is Earth, uncensored, unfiltered, and sometimes unseasoned. You're going to get whatever the fuck is coming out in the world. Because why? Everybody's living off of, they don't give a fuck, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. It is what it is. Needless to say, you go out in the world, you're going to hear things that you may not like. That's going to happen. You can solve that problem by what? Wearing headphones, that's noise canceling, playing your music, playing playing a podcast, an audiobook. You control that. You get on the internet, you're hearing things you don't like or you don't agree with the person saying, you can always scroll past, you can block their accounts, you can mute them, depending on which platform you're on, but you could go on with life not having to engage in the behavior, because why? You're not attached to it, because they're not talking to you. Now, if you go to engage with a person, then acknowledge that you're engaging with them, either one, because you support what they're saying, you agree with their input, or you want to add on to what they were saying in the comments, which is okay, it's fine, it's natural. But when you're going to say, oh, well, I don't like that, and I'm going to voice that, why? Why? You're going to have to acknowledge and admit that you do care. You're going to have to acknowledge and admit that it did hurt your feelings. You're going to have to acknowledge and admit that you have allowed what was presented to you to affect you internally. You're going to have to address that system and that cycle of reacting to the world, and then understanding that when you are, what else are you doing that's in that space of reacting that is leading you down a path that you didn't want to be in, leading you down to a life that you didn't ask for, leading you down to situations that could have been prevented. Like, ask yourself, if you're not going to run outside your house to go to the to go hug the person you love more than anything, if you're not going to fly across state or drive across country to go visit people that you claim to love, right? If you're not going to take time out your day to send a message to the people that you love, people that you claim that you love, right? And we're not talking about for holidays or for birthdays, we're talking about in life. If you're not putting more effort into doing that, why are you spending the same amount of effort trying to fight somebody out in the street because they made a comment that you didn't agree with? They made a post that hurt your feelings. Oh, they said something and you took it kind of way. Like, How can you take it a kind of way unless they named you directly? Now, if they named you directly, that's between y'all two and God. I ain't getting involved with that. Not my blood, not my DNA. Not my DNA, not my path. That's between y'all. But if they never directly talk to you on what they had to say or what they were saying, you don't need to take it personal. And if you do know, oh, I know they're talking about me. But again, they did not direct it to you. They did not say it to you. So there's no need to react. And we're going to take it a step further. Because when you do that internal work, you gain self-awareness, do your shadow work, you develop your emotional maturity, you develop your spiritual awareness of self, they still don't even know reason to react, because once you start learning about energy vampires, emotional manipulators, passive aggressive people, and well, whether you call them handlers or stalkers, or not so much as stalkers, but handlers or NPCs. Understanding that some people are sent to trigger you to keep you in anger, because anger is the easiest emotion that you could go into, because it is the weakest of the emotions. That once a person gets you into anger, they own you. Once you allow a person to get you to act out or show out or be out, they own you. Because now your subconscious mind that doesn't know good from bad and what you want and what you don't want, your subconscious mind is going to relate that person as your new God. Your subconscious is going to take that person as your new God, because you allow them to take you into an emotional state that you normally would not put yourself into. Because the same way you can get into anger so quickly when you hear something you don't like or you're upset about or that hurts your feelings, you should be able to get into the space of love for the opposite. You should be able to feel that space of love, being in that state of being in love. That's not ownership. That's not control. That's you being in that state of love or joy or happiness or acceptance. Like you going into the state of accepting that people are going to say whatever the fuck they want. They are. Because understand, you like to say whatever the fuck you want. They're going to say whatever the fuck they want, because you have a mouth, they have a mouth. Welcome to the world. Balance. But if you know, hey, I don't talk a certain manner, so I'd appreciate not to be talked to a certain manner, that's a boundary. You take it and you move with it. Having to stay and say, oh, yo, we're going to have to take this, we're going to have to go handle this, by all means. But just know, I own you now. I own you. Regardless of how you handle it, I own you. So now I'm living rent-free in your mind. Whether you win the fight, lose the fight gets interrupted, it gets prevented, that person now owns you. So what's going to happen is, they don't have to do much after that to get you triggered and riled up. So now every time you hear the name, you're going to get upset. Every time you see someone that looks like them, you're going to get mad again. Or if you happen to know the car they drive, or you know where they worked at, or you see them again, that emotion is going to come right back up, and it's going to own you, which makes them owning you because you gave them your emotions. Which you should be kind of easy to do that with somebody you love. I mean, you kind of can do that with somebody like when you have your favorite meal and you love it so much, the smell of it sets you back into love. The memory of tasting it sets you back into love. Anything that looks similar to it puts you in a state of love. That should be more of a focus than the anger of trying to want to lash out with the world, because the world's still going to continue to do what it do and what it does. And seriously, it's going to do it regardless. Like, you could go and throw hands with everybody down the street and you still gonna find 10 more people saying something. You're gonna find 15 more people saying something online. And then even the last 10 people that you fought, they still gonna talk their shit. Even if you put them in the ground. I'm gonna just say right now, killing somebody is not gonna, well, shit. Unaliving a person is not recommended, but it doesn't stop them from running their mouth. It will not stop them from running their mouth. They will still run their mouth. They will still go ahead and run their mouth. And I had to learn that in life. And once I got to that point to understanding that there are people that were either put in place by the universe or by other means to trigger a situation that would have prolonged, delayed, derailed, or sabotaged what I'm trying to do in life and what my purpose is for in life, I disengage. Also, when I understand that, yo, I got shit to lose, I'm not engaging in it. If it's an L, it's an L. I just listen. L can stand for love, live, laugh. So, hey, that just be an L I take. Now, when physical threat is involved, that's a different story. That's physical threat. That's when you, whatever case may be for you, for you. But that's not going to be in every situation. And then going further with understanding the cycles and patterns of life. Right now, this is spring. This is like spring to summer in the Carolinas. Left the window open. Now the flies are out, and it's at night, and I got my lights up. So yeah, they like kind of flying back and forth, like they trying to distract me, and they ain't gonna win. Hell, they could even be a monitoring spirit. Who knows? I mean, they out there, but they're not relevant. They not. But yeah, when you know that there are people that are either planted to trigger things to happen around you or to happen with you, and there are others that see where you're going in life, they see where you're progressing to, they see what you're about to receive, and they want to damage it, they want to derail it, they want to deflect it by putting you in a fucked up situation, by getting you to feel a certain way. And when they succeed in doing that, you lose. You lose. Bye. I'm gonna stop it right here. No edits this time around, but I'm just working on that visibility wound of getting back in front of the camera and sharing my understanding of systems and cycles and concepts when it comes to the world around me, not only around me, but around you. And together on this journey of discovery, enlightenment, and self-awareness, we get to where we want to be at in life without hesitation, just walking on this road. Peace.